in the Annika Pro-Am. As it says here, it will take the Gamebridge ambassador Caitlin Clark returns to play this Wednesday. No, not this Wednesday. In the Wednesday, November 12th, Pro-Am at Pelican Golf Club as part of the Annika driven by Gamebridge at Pelican.
The LPGA just made the smartest business move of 2025, and it quietly exposes a major flaw in women's basketball. While Caitlin Clark's own league still struggles to market its biggest star, golf is doubling down, cashing in on her popularity for the second straight year. And last year's numbers? Absolutely historic.
As Clark will play Wednesday, November 12th at Pelican Club. Pro-Am tickets are $25, and event organizers. Now, peep this. Business is booming when Caitlin is involved. Pro-Am tickets are $25, and event organizers saw demand increase 1,200% for the Pro-Am because of Clark, one of the most popular figures in the sports world. 1,200%.
I mean 200%. Let that sink in. Ticket demand didn't just rise. It skyrocketed by 1,200% because one basketball player picked up a golf club. And here's the crazy part. Every major league in America recognizes Caitlin Clark's value except her own. The NFL gets it. The NBA gets it. Even golf gets it. The WNBA, still debating her worth.
And I believe they might even have they've got a statement from somebody. Caitlin Clark enjoyed her time at the Annika so much last year that she's running it back. The WNBA star will return to the LPGA Tour event at Pelican Golf Club in Bel Air, Florida, where she's scheduled to participate in the Pro-Am on November 12th.
November 12th at Pelican Golf Club in Bel Air, Florida. Circle that date. It's about to become one of the most watched golf events of the year, and it's not because of the $325 million purse. It's because Caitlin Clark brings something no marketing team can fake: true crossover appeal. Last time she played, the Golf Channel went live mid-round, trailed her for interviews, and fans couldn't get enough.
Dozen followers. Clark had thousands. She played the front nine with the world number one Nelly Korda and back nine with golf icon Annika Sorenstam, the event's host. It was an honor to play the Pro-Am with Caitlin last year. The crowds were amazing, and we are excited for her to return to the Annika in November. Annika said she added such a great dynamic to our event, and her passion for golf and competitiveness were fun to witness firsthand.
Listen to what Annika Sorenstam said about Caitlin Clark. The crowds were amazing, great energy, passion, and competitiveness. That's not a courtesy compliment. That's one of the greatest golfers ever recognizing impact. Most Pro-Am groups attract maybe a dozen fans. Caitlin? She had thousands following every shot, turning a casual golf event into a full-blown spectacle.
Drivers, Colton Herta and Marcus Erickson served as the caddies. Come on, man.
All right, everybody, welcome back.
I think the cool thing about that is just you felt the energy in the room, the amount of women sitting in there and so passionate about being a leader in their space, whether it was sport, whether it's business, whatever it is. I think that was what's so cool about it, and obviously getting to sit next to Annika on stage is pretty special for myself. So I think a lot of things that me and Annika said is we share a lot of the same values, and I think that's really cool, being driven, but so do they at the same time. Like, obviously we're professional athletes or played sport or whatever it was, but at the same time in their lives, it all relates. And I think people at times forget that we're real humans too, and we're driven by the same things that they are, maybe just achieving things a little bit differently, and whatever it is, but you could just feel the energy and excitement in the room, and I thought that was what's so cool about it.
You can hear the excitement in her voice. This isn't some sponsor gig or publicity stunt for Caitlin Clark. She's genuinely thrilled to be there. She talks about admiring Nelly Korda and Annika Sorenstam, about wanting to improve and earn her place among them. She's not showing up for a photo op. She's showing up to compete. That fire never shuts off.
Every league understands the value of Caitlin Clark. Every single league, and we're going to get into this article. Every single league, from Major League Baseball, the NFL, the NBA, Everybody seems to understand the value that Caitlin Clark brings to the table, except guess who? Except who? The league she plays in, the WNBA. Kathy, in my opinion, this is the reason you got to go. This is the reason you have to go. All these WNBA players that was disrespecting fans, disrespecting Caitlin Clark fans, and all of this nonsense. Y'all don't understand the value she brings, but all of the leagues who are prospering and winning, they understand the value, and it's pretty sad.
And here's where it gets awkward for the WNBA. Every major sports league seems to understand Caitlin Clark's value, except her own. The LPGA, with no formal ties beyond a sponsorship, is showcasing and protecting her image like she's gold. Meanwhile, the WNBA let her get hacked, shoved, and disrespected nightly, all while questioning if she'd earned the spotlight. The contrast is glaring.
It looks like she's going to participate in the same event that she was in last year, which garnered a hell of a lot of attention. A ton of attention. Caitlin Clark will run it back at the LPGA event. WNBA star will compete in the Annika Pro-Am. Annika Sorenstam.
Gamebridge didn't wait for Caitlin Clark to blow up in the WNBA. They signed her while she was still lighting it up at Iowa. Before the draft, before the record-breaking rookie season, they saw the vision. Now, as the title sponsor of this LPGA event, Gamebridge is cashing in big. Clark's presence elevates golf, strengthens her brand, and expands her empire, while her own league still argues if she's too popular.
She's had an endorsement deal with Gamebridge, the title sponsor of this LPGA event, since her senior season at the University of Iowa. See, Kathy, you're talking about without the WNBA, the girl wouldn't have been making $16 million. She been getting money with these people while she was at Iowa. She been getting to the bag before the WNBA. Sorry. That would never work here. The WNBA needs to be grateful of Caitlin Clark, not the other way around. Okay. I had an amazing time at Annika last November and participating in the Pro-Am alongside Nelly Court.
WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert keeps repeating that the league doesn't need to change its marketing, that Caitlin Clark's success will naturally lift all boats, but that only works if you actually use the moment. The LPGA got it instantly. They saw the 200% ticket surge, the massive crowds, and said, "Run it back." That's not luck. It's smart, opportunistic business. Recognize the moment, capitalize, repeat.
She's serious. She's really, really serious about this golf. Hosted by World Golf and LPGA Hall of Famer Annika Sorenstam, the Annika is the LPGA Tour's final full-field regular season event for 2025 and includes a $3.25 million purse. Quote, "It was an honor to play in the Pro-Am with Caitlin last year. The crowds were amazing. We are excited for her return to the Annika in November," Sorenstam said in the statement. "She's added such a great dynamic to our event. Her passion for golf competitiveness were fun to witness firsthand." You know who's also extremely competitive at golf? Michael Jordan will rip your heart out. He's competitive at everything. But, just throwing another GOAT out in the arena there. I look forward to having her back and continuing to introduce the great game of golf to the next generation.
The $3.25 million purse makes this the LPGA Tour's final full-field regular season event of 2025, a massive deal for players chasing rankings, earnings, and tour status. And Caitlin Clark's presence doesn't steal from that. It supercharges it. Her draw means more fans, fuller galleries, bigger media buzz, and sponsors getting real value. That ripple effect creates future growth, larger purses, stronger exposure, and a sport that thrives on crossover appeal. This is how you grow a league. Spotlight the star who brings in new audiences and let that light lift everyone around her.
Yeah. All roads lead to the Annika Pro-Am. Trust me, all roads, all cameras, all people will be tuned in for the Annika Pro-Am. Why? To see the GOAT, Caitlin.
All eyes are set on the Annika, and that's no exaggeration. For one day this November, a Pro-Am golf event in Florida will become the epicenter of the sports world. Not the championship round, the Pro-Am, the warm-up, the exhibition. Yet it's already generating more buzz than most full tournaments, all because Caitlin Clark is teeing off. That's the power of crossover fame in 2025. What's refreshing, though, is how the LPGA isn't fighting it. They're celebrating it. They understand that Caitlin's spotlight doesn't dim others. It makes the whole stage shine brighter.
Down, Clark doesn't load her hands properly, but her athleticism to generate good club speed. Fans will see if things have improved next month. So, and like I said, that came out by The Athletic, aka the New York Times now.
The Athletic literally sent Caitlin Clark's golf swing to a professional coach for analysis. Think about that. A major sports outlet dedicating resources to breaking down her mechanics like she's a PGA contender. The verdict? She's raw but powerful, relying on pure athleticism rather than polished technique. But that's not the real headline. The real story is that everything Caitlin does is content. Her swing, her warm-up, even her practice shots draw national coverage. That's what happens when you transcend your sport. She's not just a basketball player anymore. She's a full-blown cultural phenomenon who turns every appearance into an event.
In my opinion, this is the reason you gotta go. This is the reason you have to go. All these WNBA players that was disrespecting fans, disrespecting Caitlin Clark fans, and all of this nonsense. Y'all don't understand the value she brings, but all of the leagues who are prospering and winning, they understand the value, and it's pretty sad. We have an article by Scott Agnes. Hey, Scott, listen, man, I let bygones be bygones. I let bygones be bygones, bro. Just don't pull what you pulled again. Don't do it again. Let bygones be bygones. Salute to Scott Agnes. Caitlin Clark.
The truth is, the WNBA should be thanking Caitlin Clark, not the other way around. That might sound harsh, but it's reality. Caitlin was already a national brand before she ever stepped onto a WNBA court. Cambridge saw it. Nike saw it. Every major network saw it. The league didn't build Caitlin Clark. They benefited from her. Yet instead of embracing that gift, too many people spent her rookie year downplaying her success and questioning her hype. Meanwhile, the LPGA saw her value instantly. No jealousy. No drama. Just open arms and smart business.
I thought we'd just check this out. This was from the Indiana Fever's official X page from last year.
Yeah. You got that. There you go.
180 yards isn't fair.
Michael Jordan's legendary competitiveness doesn't stop on the basketball court. It follows him to the golf course, where every swing becomes a battle of pride. That same relentless edge defines Caitlin Clark. She doesn't just show up for fun. She grinds, she studies, she practices, and she genuinely respects the sport. That's why legends like Annika Sorenstam praise her impact, because Caitlin isn't pretending to care about golf. She's elevating it. She's blending Jordan's fire with her own authenticity, showing the next generation what true athletic obsession looks like. Every fairway swing carries the same intensity she brings to every three-pointer. The LPGA isn't shy about it. They love Caitlin Clark because she's great for business. They're not sugarcoating it or hiding behind buzzwords. They fully admit she's the draw, the reason ticket sales surge and broadcasts trend. And instead of resisting that reality, they're embracing it. This is what smart partnership looks like. Caitlin gets to showcase her versatility and charm. The LPGA gains a flood of new attention. Players benefit from expanded visibility, and Cambridge strengthens its brand. Everyone wins when a league understands its star power and builds around it, not when it tries to dilute it.
LPGA loves Caitlin Clark. They know she's great for business. They know the numbers that come with having Caitlin Clark's name affiliated with the event. They know the pub that is gonna bring and everything that's gonna come with it. So obviously they are gonna do what's best for business. Unlike the WNBA,
Caitlin Clark only played 13 games this year because of the WNBA's short season, which makes her off-season moves even more critical. Most athletes fade into the background during long breaks. Fans move on, the spotlight shifts, but Caitlin refuses to disappear. She's staying visible and relevant through genuine passion projects like golf. This isn't some PR stunt, it's authentic. She actually loves the game, embraces the competition, and uses it to keep her name, energy, and brand alive year-round. That's what separates stars who fade from those who dominate every conversation, no matter the season.
Nelly Korda and Annika Sorenstam, two of the best in the game, Clark said in a statement. I'm honored to be the ambassador for the company in Cambridge that is so committed to elevating women's sports. I can't wait to return to Tampa in November to play in the Pro-Am with the best women golfers.
Those $25 tickets that skyrocketed by 200% in demand? Let's break that down. If the organizers expected to sell just 1,000, they suddenly had 13,000 people trying to get in. Even if they planned for 2,000, the demand hit 26,000. That's not normal for golf. That's arena-level buzz. Tournament officials know exactly what's happening. Caitlin Clark is the draw. So this year, they're ready. More tickets, expanded hospitality, bigger spaces. Because when Caitlin's name is on the marquee, lightning doesn't just strike once, it sells out twice.
Crowds were amazing. We are excited for her return to the Annika in November, Sorenstam said in a statement. She's added such a great dynamic to our event, and her passion for golf competitiveness were fun to witness firsthand. You know who's also extremely competitive at golf? Michael Jordan will rip your heart out. He's competitive at everything. But, just throwing another GOAT out in the arena.
Annika Sorenstam doesn't hand out compliments lightly. When she said Caitlin added a great dynamic and praised her passion and competitiveness, that meant something. She's a legend who's seen every kind of celebrity golfer stroll through these pro-ams. The ones posing for photos and the ones actually there to compete. And Caitlin? She's clearly the latter. Annika's words weren't polite, they were respect. That's the ultimate endorsement from one elite athlete to another. Caitlin's competitive edge isn't for show. It's what sets her apart from every other crossover star who's ever picked up a golf club.
Me too. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Stop it. Stop it. They said the Golf Channel went live during her round and had a reporter interview Clark on a walk down the fairway. That's the Caitlin Clark effect. Most groups had a handful, sometimes a dozen followers. Clark had thousands.
IndyCar drivers serving as caddies says it all. Look at the ecosystem forming around Caitlin Clark. LPGA pros, racing stars, Gamebridge executives, and thousands of fans all gathering in one place just because she's there. That's not hype. That's cultural gravity. This is how crossover icons are made. Tiger had it, Jordan had it, Serena had it, and now Caitlin's doing it, right before our eyes.
I look forward to having her back and continuing to introduce the great game of golf to the next generation. Clark, the Iowa star and leading scorer in college basketball history, has taken the WNBA world by storm since she was the number one draft pick by the Indiana Fever in 2024. Goes on to talk about she was limited to 13 games this year. Her presence at the Annika last year attracted big crowds that swelled into the thousands. Interest was so high, The Athletic even sent a video of Clark's swing to a Gulf Coast for analysis.
I look forward to having her back and continuing to introduce the great game of golf to the next generation. That single line from Annika Sorenstam should terrify the WNBA. A Hall of Famer in another sport sees Caitlin Clark as a bridge to an entirely new audience. A generational marketing force who can grow golf among fans who've never watched a tournament before. Annika gets it. Caitlin's fans follow her everywhere. They don't just support her, they migrate with her. And she's smart enough to turn that loyalty into growth for her own sport. Meanwhile, the WNBA still hasn't figured out how to do the same. Where's the strategic marketing? The accessibility? The protection of its biggest draw? Or are they just waiting for momentum to work magic again?
Let's get into it. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, hype the video. Caitlin Clark, for her second offseason, she will
The GOAT, Caitlin Clark, is set to take over the show. That's literally how people are describing this event. Not she's attending, not she's appearing, but taking over. That's the buzz. That's the energy. And the LPGA isn't shying away from it. They're embracing it fully because they know exactly who the main attraction is.